The event you're attending tonight is the Hearthside dinners. They're offered every January, February, March here at Conner Prairie. 31 years ago is when it began, and it began mostly as a nice weekend evening program for adults to come and maybe have a nice meal and experience a little bit of history here at Conner Prairie.
One of the goals of the Hearthside suppers and of Conner Prairie in general is to kind of evoke those emotional responses and help people connect to their own past, right? You know, we play characters that weren't necessarily people from this time period, but that are like people from this time period. So getting them to connect with people like their aunt. For example, my family was around here in the 1830s, so getting to know the characters as I know them, I get to know my own family in a certain way, and I hope that we can help guests with that as well. And I think that food is an excellent medium to do that. I know that in the village during the regular season, people come in and they're always like, what are you cooking in here, and when can I try some? People can really get in there and kind of cultivate those memories and stir up that nostalgic feeling and really get to know them, get to know themselves by learning about the past.
Oh, it's such an incredible experience. When you come into the house, you're greeted in the kitchen, which is always a place that everyone seems to gather anyway. And you introduce yourselves. It's all lit by candlelight, and it's starting to get dark, so it's really sets the environment or sets the ambiance for the entire night.
And then before too long, oh no, it turns out that we haven't kind of gotten all the cooking done, so if you wouldn't mind, if you could come into the kitchen and help us a little bit. I know it's highly individual to ask such a thing of people, but especially guests in a fancy house like this one, but they'll come into the kitchen and help us make a cornbread, help us, this season we're doing, they'll help us with some beets, help us make some beets, help us churn butter. Everyone loves the butter, right? That's always a favorite.
Churn butter, churn. Isaiah's at the garden gate, waiting for his butter cake. Churn butter, churn. Churn butter, churn.
And again, they're helping to make recipes that are historically appropriate. They have a historic precedence for the time period, and that were made with things that would have been available at this time of the year.
And then once everything is finished, they go back into the dining room. We follow in with the first course of soup, and the night goes from there.
Like this the entire time.
So it's all right.
It's good for posture. Yeah, you can.
Everyone wants a little entertainment after supper, right? So they'll come around into this room here, and it's kind of up to the host at that point. You can sing a song, you can play a game, you can talk about news that happened. And then before too long, it's time to go. Before they go though, one of my favorite parts of the evening is we take a minute to step out of character and tell them about who we really are. So it gives us a chance to explain, my name is so-and-so and this is what I do here at Conner Prairie and beyond. And I think that's really neat.
How did you receive them?
Oh, I received these uncrossed.
No.
I think it's a very warm environment. I think that there's a lot of hustle and bustle, especially in the kitchen, right? But I think that it makes me think of Thanksgiving. I don't know, I have a pretty big family, right? And I think at Thanksgiving time, everyone's in the kitchen and then everyone's in the living room and we're all kind of mixing and milling around to help and prepare things as we need to. And I kind of think as Hearthside as that. You're kind of with your family, a pseudo-family for an evening, but you get that kind of familial relationship, and I really enjoy that.
I am receiving them crossed. I am passing them uncrossed.
Quite so.
So off to the haberdasher she did go. Just as she could run, she found the finest that there was. Now soldier, soldier, will you marry me? With your musket, pipe, and drum. Oh, how can I marry such a pretty little girl when I have a wife of my own?